Hello friends, it's me. Today I have a true story about a girl who got pregnant by her teacher.
Have you ever done something truly evil and destroyed someone's whole life?
Can't relate.
I have. I was 19 and about to graduate from high school, but then my math teacher, Mr. Cumberbatch, told me I'd failed his class and would have to repeat the year. I was devastated because I had already made plans to go to college.
How you gonna make plans to go to college when you failed all your classes? Sounds like making plans to buy a Lamborghini when you're still working at McDonald's.
So I started crying and begged him to show mercy and let me pass, but he said, no, and shook his head. In a last attempt, I gave him a big hug and said, please, Mr. Cumberbatch, isn't there anything I can do? Finally, he had a change of heart and wrote down an address on a paper and said, okay, come here on Saturday, 6 p.m. We will do some math exercises, and if you do well, I will change your grade and let you pass.
Oh, go from an F to an A real quick. All you gotta do is come to this address. I got your A right here. Wait, she knows exactly what she's doing.
Please, Mr. Cumberbatch, I will do anything for an A.
Anything.
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 Yes!
When Saturday arrived, I was very nervous. I didn't know if I was going on a date or if I was getting a private math lesson. But just to be sure, I dressed myself up. I put on my old school uniform, but made a few changes to look as exciting as possible.
Big yikes. Girl, what is you doing? You go into your teacher's house for a math lesson. Today we're gonna be teaching you how multiplication works. Add the bed, subtract the clothes, divide the legs, and multiply.
When I arrived at his house, he opened the door and said, come in. You're looking gorgeous today. I responded with, thank you, Mr. Cumberbatch. You're looking good too. We sat down at a desk and he told me to solve some math problems that I couldn't focus. Mr. Cumberbatch was so close to me and I realized how attractive he was.
Okay, I guess you're never gonna pass math. How are you just now realizing how lucky your teacher is?
Oh, he's so kawaii.
I mean, I was 19 and he was only 10 years older than me.
19 and still in high school? What is you doing?
At one point, I just stared into his eyes and hoped he would kiss me, but I guess he was too nervous, so instead, I kissed him, and he liked it. Kissing my high school teacher wasn't technically illegal, but we still broke the rules of our school. When we said goodbye to each other, I asked him if I had studied enough to pass the year, and he said, you have worked very hard today, and therefore I will let you pass. Thank you, Mr. Cumberbatch, and gave him one more kiss. This might shock you, but it was my first time.
Oh no! Ashley, what is you doing? He literally just said he will pass you, and then you had to take it the extra mile. Not only are you stupid, bad at math, you thirsty AF. Oh my god, this whole thing was just a giant mistake. Mistakes are made.
2 weeks later, I found out I was pregnant. I didn't mind though, because I really liked Mr. Cumberbatch.
Yeah, of course you didn't.
Oh, I love it.
You don't actually like him. All you wanted is some extra credit.
The next day, I went up to him at school to tell him about the baby. I secretly hoped we would become a couple, but when he heard the news, he got angry. Didn't like the way he talked to me. This was my decision. I asked him if he was interested in raising the baby with me, but he freaked out and screamed, I already have a wife and kid. I'll never take care of your stupid baby.
My dude has a wife and a kid. This went from